Hello and welcome to the It's Your Effin' Journey podcast. My name is Melissa Hemming, and if a life coach and a therapist had a baby, you get me. I am so excited to share with you all my excitement from this weekend, really. It's Monday. I'm recording this on Monday, June 10th. And it's been exciting. So first of all, if you have been around here for a while, you know that last year I ran my first naked 5K. And this was a big deal because I was married. I'm still technically married, but I'm separated from my husband. And one of the catalysts to that was me running this 5K. For a couple of years, my husband had said to me that if I ran a naked race, which I really wanted to because I had heard so much about how empowering this was and how much the people that did it, a lot of my friends had done it, how they felt about their bodies afterwards, how much confidence it instilled in them. And that was a really important thing to me. And having someone in my life who I loved tell me that they would leave me because I ran naked was it was a big deal to me. It felt like he was telling me what to do with my body. And for someone who really advocates for a woman's right to choose what is right for her body, and also the fact that it wasn't a sexual thing. These races, these naked runs are not sexual in any way. It couldn't be less sexual, to be honest. It's about embracing your body, and it's about showing up as you are, and it's about, for a woman, or for me, I'll speak for myself, is about feeling powerful. And that's what really intrigued me. So for someone to say, I will divorce you if you run naked, I'll never forget that feeling. I never will. I felt it was a big line in the sand for me, and it was a fighting point between Tucker and I for a while. And last year I decided that I'm doing this. This is my choice, and I can only do what I'm going to do, just like the let them theory says. I am going to do what I'm going to do, and he can do whatever he's going to do as a result. And if that means he can't be married to me, so be it. But this is the right decision for me. And from that day, I would say a lot changed with Tucker and I, because I just no longer was going to play small for someone else's comfort. And I loved that naked run. I did say at the time, it's funny, I saw my friend Leslie yesterday, and she's like, you said you were a one and done. And I was like, I honestly thought I would be, but here we came again. And, it felt, my return to the naked run felt like, okay, last year I was doing it to sort of, I was doing what I set out to do in terms of feeling empowered and feeling strong and being in my body. I also know it's been a year since I did that. I've never felt more confident. This year, I mean, like, if you look, I love to base things on calendar years, and if you base my self-confidence or my body confidence in that calendar year, 45 to 44 to 45 of that year, to me, I've never felt better. I've never felt, um, I just felt amazing all year. So I sort of knew, okay, and this is what we have to do with our mental health. This is what we have to do in our lives. If something makes you feel good, you have to pay attention to that and recreate it. So I said to myself, okay, this race is coming again. I felt amazing since this race. I would be stupid to ignore that. I'm doing it again. So this year came again. Now, what I learned from the naked run last year was that I loved running naked. I loved that feeling. And I loved that, like, overcoming something scary. I didn't love hanging out naked for hours afterwards. But this year I went back with my friend who I went with last year, and then we added a new friend this year. And we sort of discovered this week or last week that it was going to be, chances are it was going to be rainy. I love to run in the rain. But so we decided to go, and I like driving there. I can't tell you, I can't say I was excited. I think I knew what was going to come on the other side of it. It's sort of like sometimes you dread things, and even if you are scared of doing things, you do them, or I do them, because I know the growth that's going to happen. I know what that feeling is on the other side. So that was what I sort of leaned into, but I wasn't excited going. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this again." And then we get there, we pay our admission, we pull into the parking lot, and you pull into that parking lot, and there's the pool area, and there's like the clubhouse area, there's the beach, and then there's the run part. And that those open areas in the nudist resort, you are required to be naked. So you get out of your car and you know this is it. I gotta take my clothes off. It's fucking weird. Like I know naked is natural. I'm comfortable with my body. It's just still fucking weird. So we get to that parking lot and I'm like, all right, here we fucking go. So we take it off. We take it off everything except for sneakers, and we first had to use the bathroom, which is a communal bathroom, so you just have to pass all the naked people all the way. Hey, it's normal. Like, this is a normal thing. These people stay there for the whole summer or certain weeks in the summer. Went to the bathroom, the communal bathroom, and then went to go sign up for the race. So signed up for the race, and this year we didn't leave as much time to sort of hang out, which I liked, because I felt like there was a lot of standing around last year naked. It's just weird. It's just weird to be around a bunch of naked people. But it is what it is. So, you do the uncomfortable, or you do the weird to sort of get the end result, which to me is empowering and confidence and strength. And oh, and I forgot to mention, I had my period this year. So and this might be TMI. I don't know how many guys actually listen to this podcast, but if you're a guy, you may want to speed through this. I don't know. Unless you can handle it. You should be able to handle period talk. Every woman that you know has it or has had it. So Thursday, I woke up with my period. No. No. I think I got it during the day. But so my period starts off very light, usually. And then like the first full day is like very heavy. And day two can sometimes be pretty heavy too. And then it sort of disappears for me. So I'm pretty lucky. I have a very short period, not a lot of drama with it. However, I knew that the timing of it, so I figured Friday was going to be like the big flow day, and then day two, which would be Saturday, the day of the race, would be lighter, perhaps, or heavier. Either way, I don't usually wear a tampon day two. So I sort of said to myself on Friday, I'm like, okay, either I'm going to just use a tampon and just keep it all in there, or hope for the best and not wear anything. I didn't want to have like blood dripping down my legs. That was not really the statement that I wanted to make, although that'd be really fucking powerful, right? So I decided to wear a tampon, and I'm like, I'm just going to fucking wear a tampon and rock this tampon. If anybody sees it, they see it. That means they're looking at my vagina, and that's weird. No, it's not weird, but you know what I mean. So I wore a tampon. So I was rocking my fucking period while running naked, which I was really like, I thought was pretty badass. So we signed up for the race, and like, it hadn't been raining up to this point, but we knew the rain was supposed to come. I think it was like 12:58. The race was starting at 1 o'clock, and we're all standing around like listening to the race instructions, and then all of a sudden the sky opened and it just started shitting down rain. So I loved it. I fucking loved it. Running in the rain, especially when it's warm out, it just feels so good. It keeps you cool. The only thing was there was a lot of puddles, so like navigating that with your sneakers is interesting, but it is what it is. So because of the rain, there were a lot less spectators. There was still a couple, because it's a color run, so there's children and their families throwing color at you. There was probably only one, two, three, four, maybe five color stations. And what this is, it's loops around the resort. So, and I shouldn't even say like that. It's like hills. It's like hill, hill, hill. But it's five loops to do the 5K, and like about, as I said, about five stations of color. Now, last year there was the same amount of stations of color being thrown at you, but there were also a lot of spectators on the course. So I was trying to think this morning, like, did I hold myself because of the spectators and I didn't like how my boobs were flopping, or was it a comfort thing? I wasn't really sure. This year, I let them fucking fly. They were flying, flailing, flapping, boop, 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 like boobs everywhere. And it was great. It was so fucking great. Like, I felt good. I felt strong. I felt powerful. Um, I loved it. I really, really loved it. I just can't say enough about it. They didn't hurt. Like, people, whenever I post about the naked run, like, it makes me crazy because everyone's like, oh my God, my boobs. And I guess I get it. I'm sure I said the same shit before I did it before. And I get it. Everybody has different boob sizes. I just think like you're overthinking it. If you're not doing something like this, if you're not going to do something like this, I get why you don't want to, right? I understand that. But if you're like a tiny bit curious about doing it and you're stuck on like how much your boobs are going to hurt, you're overthinking it, and you're not focusing on what is important about this. And to me, it's fuck the patriarchy. Fuck what people tell us to do. Fuck what we've been told to do. What society has dictated us to do. If our fucking boobs are flapping all over the fucking place, it's not for you to look at. It's not for your sexuality. It's not for your enjoyment. It's for fucking me to be embracing my strength and being a badass bitch. So stop with the, will my boobs hurt? I mean, even if it hurt my boobs, it ends after however long it takes you to run a 5K. You can walk the 5K if it hurts so much. There are walkers there. But if you're focused on how much your boobs will hurt, I just think like doesn't running in general hurt your boobs sometimes if you're not wearing a super supportive bra, or maybe you picked the bra that you put in the dryer and it's a little bit looser than usual. Like, stop overthinking it, and if you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it. But if you do want to do it, don't let that hold you back. Chafing is another one that people say, which always confuses me because as a runner, I think you get way more chafed with clothing on. Like, I always am chafing like under where my bra meets my skin here, sometimes in the back, sometimes in the legs if I don't use anti-chafe stuff. But there's anti-chafe stuff for a reason. I used it on my thighs and I was totally fine. I had zero chafing. It was great. And then, so I get to the finish line, and what they do is you just say that you're done, and they give you a popsicle stick with your number on it, with it's like the number of the order that you finish the race in. And I was number 13, which is Taylor Swift's lucky number, so that obviously is my lucky number too. And they said I was the first place finisher for females. And I mean, there was only like a couple, like maybe 5 to 8 females. I'm not even sure how many, but that felt fucking amazing too. I'm not a super fast runner. I usually don't place. I definitely don't usually get first place female. So I was just blown away, and it was such an amazing experience. Um, I don't think I'm ever going to miss that race because I just love how it makes me feel. And, being out there and being, just doing your thing, natural and naked. Like, just love it. I love it. I love it. So afterwards, because it was so rainy, we went and we showered because you're just caked with color, which is weird too, because you're in like a communal shower and everybody's just in there showering away. And then we hopped in the hot tub for a little while and then headed back home because I had like mom stuff to do. I had to drive kids all around Timbuktu. So, what's better than that? Running as a woman in my 45th year of life, running naked at a race, you know, getting first place female, and then going home and doing mom shit. Nothing better than that. So then yesterday, so this was Saturday, the naked run was Saturday. I did whatever Sunday. And yesterday I went out and ran my 15th marathon at Mainly Marathons in Simsbury. This is a repeat for me. I did the marathon last year with them, and I've done the half before. If I don't do a race with them, I usually go out and cheer because it brings a lot of 169ers, which is the run group that I'm a part of that runs a race in all the 169 towns of Connecticut. And what a great day. I was a little bit nervous. I mean, obviously, I haven't run a lot of long distances since the London Marathon, which is just about, 6 weeks ago. So I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if this is a good decision or a terrible decision, but either way, I felt like I needed this. Like I feel like when I'm going through something, I need to challenge myself. And that's why I signed up for this. I'm like, I need to keep my distance up. I need to keep feeling like the way that I feel after long runs, it's just unmatched. So I knew that I had to do something. So I figured, why not sign up for this marathon? The draw to this marathon is that there's no time limit, so you can take literally all day. There's tons of people that just walk the course, walk the 50K, walk the marathon, walk the half marathon, and so why not do it? I only had one therapy session yesterday. It was at 3 o'clock. So I sort of knew if I do the early start at 5 a.m., I just have to be done around 1:30, to get home, shower before my session. So why not do it? So I got there for the early start for 5 a.m. And what's so funny about prepping for a marathon like this is, so it's a looped course. So you start at the field on Iron Horse in Simsbury, which is my hometown, and you go out 1.1 miles. There's a turnaround, or they call it a U-turn, and they have a little sheep there. It's super cute. And then you turn around and come back. So 2.2 each loop, and 12 loops is the marathon. It's so funny because leading up to this, I'm like, oh, 12 is like nothing. Okay, 26.2 miles is never nothing, even if you convince yourself 12 loops is nothing. Like, I was like, why the fuck? I remember saying that to myself all weekend. Like, it's just 12 loops. Like, just 12. It's still 26.2 fucking miles. Like, don't ever underestimate that. Because I do sometimes. I'm like, 26.2 is just like a stroll. No, it's not. It's hard as fuck, and you will definitely fuck yourself in the head sometimes. So, and okay, so what's funny about preparing for a race like this versus London Marathon is, the London Marathon is like a point to point race, right? Like, or not even a point to point, but like you're starting somewhere and you're finishing somewhere and you're going on this like, adventure through the city. A race like this in Simsbury, you don't really have to overthink a lot of things because you're coming back to the porta potties. You're coming back to the aid station. You don't have to think about carrying anything because you're just going out and back 12 fucking times. So I didn't poop. I didn't poop in the morning because I'm like, there'll be porta potties. I can go at whenever I need to. I wish that I had really tried to poop because this did haunt me later. So I got there probably like 4:30, got my bib, was ready to go, saw some friends, and started the race about 5:10 a.m. Still hadn't pooped. And I sort of thought like, well, I'll jiggle it up and come back to the aid station and poop, in the porta potty, not at the aid station. That'd be really rude. So, it wasn't until like maybe, I guess it was around the half marathon point. I had taken at the aid station, they had packets of jelly beans, and I was like, oh, jelly beans, even though they've made me shit my pants before. Like, oh, I love the jelly beans. So I grabbed the jelly beans and I was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So there was a porta potty sort of on the loop, and I went in there, and I know this is like TMI, but I was like farting a lot, not pooping a lot. So then I left the porta potty, and then I started down the trail again, and I was like, I don't think I should go any further. So I walked back to the porta potty, and that's when I finally pooped. I don't know if it was like a big, satisfactory marathon poop like I would have hoped, but I got it out and was able to continue. That's all that matters, right? But it was funny because my mind started playing tricks at me around this time. Once I hit the half marathon mark, I was like, do I really have to do any more? Should I just ask if I can reduce it from a marathon to a half? A half is good enough. I kept these are the thoughts. Like, this is how your mind will fuck with you while you're running. Like, and honestly, if I hadn't told my kids I'm running a marathon, I probably would have done that. Maybe because I'd also posted on social media that I was running my 15th marathon. I had also told the people that I was running with that I was running my 15th marathon. So honestly, would I have done that? I don't know, but I was trying to convince myself that it was okay to do that. It wasn't until after I pooped and once I started feeling better that I started getting over that. But it's so funny because I have a friend named Leslie. She was running a marathon yesterday too. She ran her 63rd, I think, marathon. And she's so good at, like, she's my favorite person to run into on any race course because she just fucking goes. Like, she's just like one of those people who is so determined and keeps moving and has a good attitude and cheers people on. And it's funny because when I was running with my friend Rachel at Hogsback, the half marathon last fall, um, we were, I forget what I was talking to Rachel about, but we ran into Leslie and I'm like, this is the perfect timing and this is the perfect human to run into. And Leslie said exactly what she needed to hear at that time. And yesterday she did it for me too. I ran into her around this point where I was starting to like doubt myself and I was like, oh, I'm just really unhappy with this decision. And she was like, you got this, like keep going. So I kept going. I saw her, I think the next loop, and she was like, are you done with your pity party? And I was like, damn it, Leslie, now I have to be. So I at this point, like I started feeling better and knowing that I'm not going to do, 8 loops and give up. What would the point of that be? Like I have to keep going. So there were a couple messages to ChatGPT saying if I, walk the rest of, the remainder of the 10 miles at a 18-minute mile pace, how long will that take me? And honestly, that's oftentimes what I need to get my shit together because I love intervals, right? Like I do run with intervals. So I run and I walk. I run and I walk. That's how I get through a lot of races. However, if you tell me to just walk 13.1 miles, there's no fucking way that I will ever do that or want to do that. So that's all it took. I think I asked it at the 13.1 mark. I was like, okay, if I walk 13.1 miles at an 18-minute pace, how long will that take me? And ChatGPT was like, it just under 4 hours. Like, that would be great. And I was like, oh my God, no. Like, no, 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 no. So at this point, I think for the first 13.1 miles, I did a 4:30 run. So I ran for 4 minutes and 30 seconds and I walked for 30 seconds. At the 13.1, I switched it. I knew I needed more walking and because but I also, if I walk too long, it's so hard to keep going in terms of running. So I switched my intervals to a 1 minute run, 30-second walk. And that took me through the whole rest of the race. I listened to Tortured Poets first. I listened to Reputation second. I listened to Debut third. I've never listened to Debut. I've been waiting to listen to that until Taylor owned it. And now that she owns it all, I figured why not? And then I started Speak Now, but I knew I wouldn't finish Speak Now. And I finished the marathon in about 6 hours. 6 hours. So not my fast, not my slowest, but I got it done and I felt great. And then I met my friend Danielle for a birthday breakfast for her because it was her birthday yesterday. So all in all, it was such a great day. Like, so the people at Mainly Marathons are running a race in each of the US states. So what they do is Mainly Marathon will set up a week-long event. You don't have to take part in you can just take part in one like I did. So it started in Connecticut. That was yesterday. Today was in Rhode Island. Tomorrow's in Massachusetts, then Vermont, New Hampshire, so that those people can get each of the New England states, 5 of them. And these people are amazing. They are so supportive. They all know each other. I recognize some people that come back year to year to year. And they are out there just plugging away at these miles because there's no time limit. It's super supportive, it's super inclusive. There was a man who was running his like 333rd mainly marathon event. There was a guy who was doing a 50K holding an American flag each day this week. And actually, he's doing their 50 state challenge. So he's doing every single one of their races for the calendar year, and they get like this incredible medal. So that's another thing. So when I'm sort of like struggling in my mind about like canceling or changing the marathon to the half marathon, you're also seeing these people who are just like out there moving and enjoying the movement and cheering people on. It's not about speed. It's not about how fast you can do it. It's just about getting it done and being out there and this sense of community. So it's really hard to sort of tell yourself like, oh, I should stop and do less miles when they're out here doing the same miles that I am, enjoying themselves, and also they're going to get up and do it tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Like, what? How could you ever stop? Like, so I mean, I think it's so important who you surround yourself with. This, I always talk about this, the sum of, we are the sum of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. And being around those kind of people helps you to be a better person, and just know that this shit, what does it matter how slow I go if I'm out here smiling and enjoying the day and enjoying the mileage. I did see Leslie later on, I think it was my last lap, when we took a picture together, and I'm like, how you doing? And she's like, I'm walking with my friends. Couldn't be better. So be around the people that feel like sunshine, because the people of Mainly Marathons absolutely feel like sunshine. I can't tell you, when you're looping back and forth, and I don't know if the lower distances you get quite that sense of feeling. I'd be curious to know if the people who do the 5K or the 10K, they get that. But after you pass people, a lot of times you sort of get to know them, you cheer them on, you see them plugging, you see them when they're feeling good, you see them when they're feeling bad. And it's really nice to, I heard so many times yesterday, like, love your smile, like, keep it up, and it's just so encouraging. One guy was so cute at like, your brain, when you run a lot, especially a lot of loops, you can sort of like lose your sanity. And one of the later miles, I passed him, and he I think he wanted to do-si-do. I think that's what he said. He was like, do-si-do, and I was like, what's that? And then he sort of linked my arm, and we like circled around the path for a second, and I was like, how fucking fun is that? Like, how fun is that? So yeah, so they celebrated somebody's birthday. So there was birthday cake on the aid table. They had all sorts of goodies set up for you. They had, you bring a refillable cup and they fill it up with Gatorade, which is always magic. It's just such a good day. So 15th marathon in the books, and I feel great. I feel great. And now I'm sort of like, all right, what's next? I know I have a half coming in July, but I may need to challenge myself with something else, because coming off of these 2 challenges of the naked run and then my 15th marathon, I just know that running keeps me feeling like this. And again, like I said in the beginning, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, we really have to listen to those cues. What makes you feel good? What lights you up? What sets your soul on fire? And if you haven't found that, be open to exploring new things and saying yes to opportunities that present themselves, because you don't know what is going to be that catalyst that really gets you excited, and and living your best life. Because I really feel like, despite, like, if you looked at my life, I'm separated from my husband. Things are not great in that relationship right now. The world or the country is a shit show, but I'm doing what I can to control the controllable, and that's me, my energy, and my goals, my stuff. So if I can just make myself feel good or keep myself feeling good, the rest will fall into place. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this little sort of mini recap on both of those races, but go do something fucking cool and epic and that makes you feel like you're living. We have one life to live, and I hope that you go after it with all of the enthusiasm and all of the gusto, and you know, just be that person that other people need so that they do it too. I think, the more that we show up as strong, fucking confident women who are excited to live our lives, we give permission to other women to do the same. And we all need that right now. I love you guys. If this spoke out to you or spoke to you or inspired you, please screenshot it and share it in your stories or on social media, or just send your friend a link. I can't get this podcast out there without your help, and I appreciate all of your support. Mwah! See you soon.